Okay, so let's look at another example of a two-step equation. With this problem, we got negative y being divided by 4 plus 6 equals negative 1. And the first step says that we have to separate the equal sign, my left and my right side, by drawing a line down my equal sign. Okay? Next step says we're going to identify the problem's operations. And then the third step is we're going to use those operations that we found and do the opposite of them. Okay? And our goal is to get the variable by itself. So let's identify what operations we have. If we look at the beginning right here, the first thing we have is y divided by 4. That is a fraction. For me to undo that fraction, I have to do the opposite. The opposite of a fraction is multiply, because a fraction means divide. Okay, so we'd have that. The next thing that we see in this problem is a positive 6. The positive 6 means same as plus 6. So we have addition in the problem. So in order for me to undo addition, I'm going to have to do some subtracting. Okay? So let's use what we just learned in order to isolate the variable in this problem. So the first thing it says we have to undo is the addition, which by doing the opposite, which is subtract. So I'm going to take and subtract 6 on both sides of my equation. When I take and subtract 6 on both sides of my equation, what happens is the positive 6 and the negative 6 cancel each other out. And we're left with a negative 1 and a negative 6. Now, both of those got a negative sign. So since both have a negative sign, I'm going to add my numbers and keep the negative. So that's going to give me negative 7. I didn't do anything with that y over 4, so I'm going to bring it down the way that it is. Now we just accomplished 3a. 3b says we got to undo multiplying or dividing last. We already established that we had dividing, so that means we got to multiply. And for us, what we're going to multiply by is our denominator. And the number that we have in our denominator is a 4. So we're going to put our multiplication symbol on both sides, keeping our equation balanced, and we're going to put a 4 on that. But now we got a negative in front of that fraction. So I'm going to bring the negative with the 4 that I'm going to multiply with. Okay, so when I do that, it cancels the negative out and the 4. Okay, so I got negative 7 times negative 4. That should give me, when I multiply, a negative 28. Or would it give me, nope, it'll be a positive 28. Because a negative times a negative, you have to remember, negative times a negative is a positive. Now, this negative 4 times this negative y over 4, this cancels out, and that cancels out. Only thing left on that side is y. So the answer to this question is y is going to be a positive 28.